What's up? August 25th. Last week of summer, but a loaded week in terms of football.
Everything. Baseball coming, things are getting very important. This week specifically is my favorite week of the year because obviously the U.S. Open, wall-to-wall action, literally from 11 a.m. to like 1 in the morning.
The fascinating thing to me, it's an East Coast event. Obviously, it's in Flushing. Mm-hmm. It's going till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Like late night, U.S. always crazy shit happening. Like crowds, you're hammered. They're there all day. They're getting rowdy. And then obviously
that just doesn't happen.
What do you mean?
Like 1, 2 o'clock on the East Coast, like shit ain't going.
I know
here and there, like
it's a unicorn event.
The Big East tournament, like if it's really crazy and that game tips at 10. That's over at 12:30. Obviously, so the Syracuse game, and UConn go to 1,
Those
2
are
o'clock
outliers,
in the morning.
Yeah,
Monday Night Football is an 8:20 kick.
Yeah.
So like, even 4 hours gets you to 12:30.
Yeah.
Like you're regularly. It's all week that it's going till 1. I'm always fascinated when like
tennis. There's no outside of the first match on a court. There's no start time because you're fourth on the court. So you're at the mercy of how long the match goes before.
It's how it works.
So when there's rain involved or matches go, the first match goes super long, like that pushes everything back.
That's conference tournaments, basically. It's the same kind of thing. Yeah, it's how it
like
goes.
things can go crazy long, and then you get something like last night. But so you got this week of that, and then into week 1 of college football.
Wall to wall.
It is, and then obviously baseball is very important now. It's one of my favorite weeks, if not my favorite week of the whole year.
Put the batteries in the remotes in the basement. I got to get it going. I got to pick them up. So speaking of wall-to-wall action, we are sponsored by DraftKings. NFL fans, Week 1 just became your place to play free and grow the bag. DraftKings Pick 6, an official partner of the NFL, is here with Bag Builder, a completely free way to play for a share of $1 million or more in cash. Think you can stack some cash? Here's how it works. Download the Pick 6 app, DraftKings' easiest way to play fantasy, using code PICKCENTRAL. Enter for free. Just make 6 picks, more or less, on player stats for Week 1. That's it. It's simple. No entry, no catch. Want an even bigger shot? Share your link with friends to add more cash to the bag and get bonus shots to win. As a player count goes up, so does the prize. Hit all 6 of your picks, and you'll be splitting a bag that's already at $1 million or more. Don't sit back. Get in for free. Build the bag and run it up. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app. Use code PICKCENTRAL. Opt in and start stacking entries for NFL Week 1. Zero cost, huge upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. All right. So, had the Travers Saturday. Mm-hmm. So, also had the iPad going. So, was because it's time.
The favorite one for the Travers?
Favorite one for you're going to need to clarify because there were 14 races. All day, dude. Like we were
Sovereignty that was the big race.
Sovereignty is an animal. Yeah, I mean it's going to run now at the breeders, and there's some horses with a little bit more.
What of the Triple Crown did Sovereignty win?
2, I believe. I think it won the
Derby and Belmont.
Okay. I don't know why it didn't run.
Horse.
I don't know why it didn't run the Preakness, but I don't think it ran the Preakness.
That makes I don't think it got the Derby winner did not run.
It didn't get beat, but
I tuned into the stream. Dave was saying more like this is a race for greatness, not like to bet, basically, because if the number 1 horse didn't win, the second favorite was going to win.
Right. There's also 5 horses too, so it's like
5 really.
5, right?
Jeez.
Yeah, 5.
Okay,
right.
so that explains.
Yeah. So
But yes,
great. So dialed into the it's interesting with the race. You're chasing prices here and there. Me and Dave hit one, and I hit it exacta, which got big.
That was early on too.
Fourth race. It was getting.
So he said he bet the Red Sox, and like he needed one or the other. They both won.
Yeah, it was big. So that was good. But yeah, you're chasing you're watching a 15-1 come down the stretch, and it just gets beat at the end. You're like, fuck. I mean, it's like watching money lines. It's tough when it gets like that. So but a great day. So dialed into the iPad. Mm-hmm. Had Kansas State.
Didn't love that everyone in the world was on KC.
Right, and it didn't move. That probably should have scared me a little bit.
I honestly
I expected more out of Kleiman and Avery Johnson. We'll get to that.
I said this
story.
though all week. I will lose that game. I was going to lose money on that game because I didn't have a read. I was going to kind of go off of Ev and all that, and it just felt like a coin flip. And it's the first game, and it's a ranked. So I felt compelled to bet it. Lost. So man of my word, I lost the first game. The rest of the day went better. But yeah, a slosh.
Dude, just
in Ireland.
awful field.
A lot of discourse online about whether we should
get
be playing these games.
They didn't get the lines right. I mean, you couldn't see shit.
There was a lot of discourse online afterwards, like, why are we even playing these games in Ireland? Like, why? Football's our sport. You know, so Jack Mack was getting loud. Part of it's cool. Part of it's like, yeah, what are we doing?
It's also tough. You lose a conference.
You see Brazil last year with the Packers-Eagles game where that field was a disaster.
Yeah,
they're running it back this year with Chargers-Chiefs.
You lose a conference home game too. So like Kansas State or Iowa State here lost a conference home game. So, that makes it way more difficult too, which I'm surprised they agree on. But yeah, ugly football. Kansas State did get that when they were down 3, and then went for it on 4th and 1 on their own 30, 35.
I think it was
that. I couldn't tell.
There were a few fourth downs that they went.
It was the 1-1.
It was a 4th and 8 they went for that, and they didn't get.
It was a 4th and 1 for sure that they won.
Oh yeah. So a 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, and they don't run Avery Johnson.
Right.
They run the run, and the 4th and 1 was the most plain, just handoff I formation that just got stuffed and had no chance. Like Avery Johnson's big strength, I think, is his mobility with his size. It makes him a battering ram, and why aren't you just running him?
Yeah.
So I hate when coaches just don't.
And I like
don't
climbing.
use the obvious thing.
Yeah, and I like climbing, but just
he was pretty bad for a while in that game. I thought Avery Johnson. Then he started.
His stats were misleading.
He has the big hitter at the end that cuts it down from 10 to 3.
10 to 3. So
that's a big chunk. But for the most part, for at least the first half, he was abysmal. There was nothing.
Everybody was bad in the first half.
Yeah.
So Quigsy got on the board.
Oh my God!
Right away. What?
His first one of the year.
First one of the year.
5.5 plus 1,000.
First one of the year. And then I think that's a great. I don't know if he thought of it. He's very clever but they were at somebody's wedding here, and shout out to the happy couple. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. He's behind the scenes, so it's like. Although sometimes he's not.
Sometimes he's not.
When he's laying on the ground. But he holds up a tie like this. That's an awesome one. So, yeah, he usually round robins them on Sundays and for the NCAA tournament and stuff like that.
I always stay away.
But listen, I don't think you should play ties in a 14-point spread or a 21-point spread.
When it's tight. Yeah,
but
sure.
any of those 3s and 5, you got the two teams. They were expecting it to be a rock fight down the end.
Especially throw in the weather. The weather's
right. So it's play him. He's got a good idea with that stuff.
Back to K-State, brutal start for them. I think his name's Dylan Edwards.
Muffing that punt.
Well, he's their main running back. I had a buddy who took his prop, his over rushing yards. He lost immediately because he gets hurt like that.
Yeah.
He muffs the punt. It leads to the score, and then they're without their.
Well, no. It actually.
Oh, sorry. The fumble happens. Sorry, the fumble happens right after that.
They got out of it.
You're right.
Kansas State got out of it.
You're right. But they did knock out him for the game, and he's their most dynamic player.
Yep.
So that was brutal. So they were running with this guy Joe Jackson, but Dylan Edwards is the best guy. That was brutal. But they fought to the end. It was a tight game.
They fought past the end too.
They did.
So the story coming out of this, if you're unfamiliar, Avery Johnson and his brother, and you always got to be careful because, people say, oh, it's reported or alleged. You want to make sure you clarify that. But
it came out with statements. Yeah.
Came out with statements. So it's them. So now we're good. Unless it's a long con and they're trying to bait us to say it wasn't us. They're flipping and whatever. But
they played their hand.
They played their hand. So yeah, the brother and the father were fist fighting each other. Correct.
Yep. Which is yeah, hey, better to fight
I saw
each
Dave
other.
spin.
Yeah, it's right. Better to fight each other than random people and get assault charges on.
Right. So
do we know what they were fighting over?
I really don't know. Maybe the dad was too hard on the brother.
Crazy.
I would like the air. It'd be cool to have him on PMT. If that dropped out of nowhere, because they're never going to say that story, obviously.
Yeah.
But now Avery Johnson's going to have to answer that every time, which rightfully, I mean,
did it stun you that they came out with a statement?
Oh yeah. Because I was waiting.
I thought they just let him be quiet, and I guess maybe they didn't want.
You know what it was? I think it's
Speculate.
respect to the Kansas State athletic department. Like whatever. Now put it on us.
Our
I
bad.
don't really know. Yeah, our bad too. It's like, who knows? But yeah, fucking wild, man.
Wild. Because, when you see that video at first, you're like, all right, there's no way that's actually them. And then they come out, and it's like, oh, my God.
Dude, plus it's like they were fighting on what looked like an unpaved, like,
There's
there was
puddles.
puddles, and it was
Never want to
cement.
fight in puddles, man. It just makes it so much worse. Yeah,
I don't think you want to fight on cement.
That, too. Well, it was puddles in cement.
Both. It's a
Yeah, fight in the
deadly-
grass.
Yeah, it was weird.
Real
very,
fight
very
inside.
weird.
That's the cleanest way. Yeah.
Now it's like you wonder what the fuck's going on at K-State. You know what I mean? Like, for a program that, again, like, I do think Bill Snyder, Kleiman didn't work for him, but I thought that they have the similar standards of, like, Kansas State is never a sexy powerhouse in terms of football.
Right.
Okay, in terms of who's spending and where they're getting pros and flashy type quarterbacks and high level recruits and that. But it's a great program because of what they built. They were just consistent. Like, they were similar to Iowa in that sense, like 8-4, 9-3, always in the mix. A couple of runs at national titles, in terms of very, very high
Snyder
rankings.
had him so consistent.
Snyder and Kleiman's been very consistent
been
with
good.
them now.
I feel like they reached higher-
Won the Big 12.
Yeah.
Won the Big 12. Would have made the playoff.
Who's the quarterback they had with Snyder, though, that, like...
Colin Klein.
Klein, yeah.
He was unbelievable. He was one of my favorites of all time.
that guy was
Of all time.
Like when you think of college quarterback, that's the guy.
I say it all the time. Like, people, for weeks, I would tell people, like, you want to, I was like, I love Kansas State here in this spot. Like, especially in close spreads, but the two game of the years for me, 2011, 2012, when they buried Kansas. They run this fucking weird type of offense where they snap it to Klein in a shotgun, and he just kind of shuffles and then hits a fucking hole. And you're like, what? And it's 7, and it's 15, it's 12. So, yeah, and then always something with their special teams.
Yeah.
Always something good. That's why the fumble in that punt was like, shit. Like,
Did they have a star special teams guy? Like a receiver that played special teams? There's a guy that's...
I know they had Sproles.
No, it's after that.
Yeah.
I'll think of it. Or I won't, and we'll just never come back to it. But I think there's somebody who I'm missing.
But just, really solid. So Kansas State, now you look at Kleiman, it's like, all right, now you got some adversity. Like, now what the fuck, So
Tough
interesting.
starts of the year.
Yeah, but good win for Iowa State in a conference type spot like that.
Not thinking of Jordy Nelson, by the way.
What'd you think of Becht?
Managed the game.
Right.
Managed the game. Made some good throws when they needed them. Feel like they were hitting their tight end a little bit. Yeah, nothing special. Nothing to be like, oh my God, Rocco Becht, but good enough. Got them the win. Didn't, I guess they turned the ball over on that pitch, which is like always weird. Like, why do you run that pitch? And that pitch never works. Like straight back like that.
Oh, yes. Straight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitch it.
I also feel like
fucking going left or right.
I also feel like pitch outs have gone by the wayside.
They used to be so sick to use in video games, and then like I don't know how it all just like went away. You're right.
In real life, it went away.
Now people
I mean,
got more
growing up,
creative.
that was the
Because now people get more creative with the pitches. The reverses and shit. Their
Right.
pitches into reverses, or you know what I do love? I love a fake pitch and then a shovel pass.
Or a counter,
That's
yeah.
the Chiefs play, obviously.
Yeah.
But
no, a straight
You're right.
pitch out. I mean, you were watching this Cowboys documentary. We'll go to that at the end if I have 2 or 3 minutes, just because of insane story in there. Lockett.
That's what I was
Yeah, Tyler Lockett.
he was.
But yeah,
unbelievable.
a straight up pitch out.
Yeah.
Just a straight up quarterback turns and just pitch it, and then he's out of it, and then here goes the running back out wide. And yeah, I just feel like you just don't see it anymore, especially in the NFL too. Like, but it's also the days of the running back being so reliant is gone as well.
Sure.
Like in those big bruising running backs. So it went that way. Rest of the day, I did see like a little bit of the highlights, I'll be honest, but I know UNLV came in as a monster favorite.
30-point favorite.
Monster
Idaho
favorite
State was
against-
winning that game for majority of the game. They were in. Then it, at some point it was like, all right, here's UNLV. They'll turn it on, and then Idaho State took the lead late.
Yeah.
And
Calandria is their quarterback.
jumped in live they were down. UNLV was down 7 with the ball, kind of at midfield, and then they immediately scored, got a pick, scored, got another pick. So it was like the best time ever to jump in live. But I had lost previous bets on them. I had first half in game, but it saved me a little bit.
Yeah,
but dude, they moved the ball and they were hitting big plays, and for a little bit there, like it was like, is Down Mellon gonna be fired after this game? Like,
there's always somebody who plays with their food in terms of an FCS opponent. And then there's also somebody who usually loses to an FCS opponent in week 1.
oh, there will be someone.
Yeah, there'll be somebody.
somebody.
Now it's
Somebody gets
usually,
caught.
and sometimes you wonder with some of these schools because it's like when New Mexico was bad, like New Mexico playing Idaho State or Utah State playing Weber State, like, and sometimes it's or somebody playing North Dakota, like either a really elite FCS program and you're a really
Appalachian State.
Well, that was different though because they weren't an elite FCS. Michigan was Michigan. What I'm talking about is a low-level FBS. Utah, when Utah State's going to be bad. When
I see what you're saying.
New Mexico's going to be bad.
Yeah.
When Bowling Green's going to be bad, like those teams, and they play a good FCS team. And the spread is sitting at like 6 or 8 or even 10, and you're like, oh, this is going to get dicey here. So somebody's always going to play with their food. UNLV played with it with a 30-point spread, and obviously it goes down to the wire. But somebody's going to lose.
Calandrew was good down the stretch in that game.
Yeah, somebody's going to lose week 1.
He was ugly early with those guys. He was pretty good. Now it's against Idaho State. But yeah.
I wish I could have a crystal ball and find out which is the FCS team is going to pull the outright upset.
That'd be great.
And also which is the one that you're going to see on the scroll or when you're flipping, on the box now in the corner, whatever, where it's 65-0 in the third quarter. Because there's always an FCS team that you go, somebody's getting
who it was last year? I remember
buried.
Tennessee last year.
Yes.
Absolutely
buried them. And it was like 35 or 40.
It made me think like Nico.
Yeah.
Maybe. I remember I was watching at a bar. We had begun our whole day of drinking, and he was just throwing ropes all over the field. Let me try and remember.
It was McNeese State. I was on my brother's bachelor party. It was McNeese State, I want to say.
Chattanooga.
Okay.
69-3.
Surprised Phil didn't have that ready to go.
69.
Now, what was the spread? The spread was probably 40.
If I remember, it was in the 40s, maybe low 50s.
Which is a lot. But they obliterated. It was never any doubt.
Fine at the moment.
They obliterated them.
They did.
But yeah, there's always that one, and it's kind of somebody you don't expect.
That was kind of you expect.
Like it's like I know, but it's like Baylor's gonna have a good year this year.
This was 24. The score at half was 45-0.
Like a Northwestern or something. They don't blow people out, but like something like that, where it's like, okay, they're in a power conference, but they're towards the middle or at the bottom of the FCS, of that conference, and they just smash this team. I'm trying to let me see who it fucking would be this year that like jumps out like that, where they just go fucking bananas.
This is like the Marty likes to make these bets.
Yeah, well, the FCS, you got to remember, are not always available until like right up against it. So, all right. So like Pittsburgh against Duquesne, let's say if that's like a 20-25.
Elon? Is
right?
Elon in that group? Would you count Elon?
Yeah, 100%. No, but I'm saying more of like a team you wouldn't expect that's not ranked. But they're playing like Arkansas in the SEC, like whatever that they're playing Alabama and A&M.
Yeah.
That spread's going to be like 30-40. There is a possibility that Arkansas could go 70-0.
Well,
that's more my point.
That's
There's
what I'm
somebody
saying.
who jumps out there just
Duke's
goes.
playing Elon. They're 34-point favorite, and they have Mensa now, that quarterback transfer from Tulane. That could be a spot where like this gets really bad. 34 is a big number.
34 is.
By the way, over under being 47.5. They're not expecting Elon to score like at all. 7 points maybe.
Wait, so
how about,
I kind of like that. Give me the Duke one again.
Duke. It's a 7:30 kickoff. Is this Thursday night? Thursday night.
47.5. All right, so if you think it's 34-0, Duke has to score 35. You're sitting on 2 touchdowns in
and
between.
you're rooting for Elon to score.
Not really. Like, so you're saying
Wait, you say over under? Over. Yeah.
The two scenarios there when it's a 35-point spread. If DraftKings is right on it, we think it's going to come down to either 35-0 or 42-7. So with 42-7, I'm over.
Yep.
And at 35-0, I only need the 2 more from Duke. They're probably saying it's going to be. I bet you the team total for Elon's like 6.5.
I would say, yeah, it's probably
Right?
It's probably a touchdown. Will they score a touchdown?
47.5. Like I kind of like that over, man.
I'll say this: I'm scrolling here a little bit, and I'm seeing some lines that I thought would be bigger,
I gotta write that down.
and they're not, and it makes me think of maybe the other side. We'll get into picks, later in the week, but like Oak State is home and only a 23.5-point favorite to UT Martin. That should be a bigger number.
I think Oklahoma State's down a little bit.
That makes
this
me
year.
like UT Martin. Like that makes me think UT
Yeah.
Martin's like in that game. Another one, Stony Brook is a 19-point road dog to San Diego State.
I know somebody on Stony Brook's roster. I
mean,
want to take San Diego State.
Dude,
I
don't.
But San Diego State's
That over-under's 50.
San Diego State's defense was bad last.
Well, this would imply that.
Wait. Hold on. I think offense was really bad last year. Defense was bad last year. Defense was bad last year.
It would add up here because the
Defense
over-under is
was bad
53.5 for a 19-point spread against Stony Brook. They're expecting Stony Brook to score.
Yeah.
I like Stony Brook in that game. I'm starting to look at some Thursday lines here and get ahead. I'm sorry.
I wrote down San Diego State because here's why. I think Stony Brook runs out of gas. In that heat, short manned.
Isn't that inside?
In San Diego State?
No, I guess it's not a dome.
I don't think so.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's
I don't think many colleges are playing in dorms.
It's not.
I gotta be honest. So
Well, sometimes they play like fucking UNLV was playing in Allegiant.
right, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know. I think.
Oh, you're right. That's
I think
outside.
Stony Brook runs out of gas.
You're right. Okay.
So UNLV was
I have
definitely
my eye on Stony Brook.
was definitely one. Western Kentucky took care of Sam Houston State. The quarterback for Western Kentucky looks really good.
Their offense. So Big Ev.
Highlights I watched threw the shit out of it. Yeah.
Big Ev, gave me a heads up here, and it was beautiful knowledge of this over under was enormous. It was 60. I think at one point it was 65. It got down to 59 when I took it. Maybe it didn't get as high as 65, but it was in the
65 is dicey because it was 41-24.
Yes,
so it's right there.
I got it 59 and a half.
Okay.
I think Ev at 60 and a half. But these teams just don't. They go run and gun, no huddles and all that. MacGyver, which is a great name for a quarterback. And they got it in the fourth quarter, the over under, and it was fantastic.
They take care of business there. Kansas 31-7 over Fresno.
Daniels look good.
Yeah, Daniels. Credit to Kansas. Okay, again,
6-year quarterback, by the way.
I know it's crazy. Being a Kansas State guy, just respecting their team, but also following standings. Now I know back in 2007, Kansas was in the mix for the national championship. That 2007 season is bananas. Like I wish I appreciated it more. I was old enough to know what was going on, but you're in college.
Before I started the really,
I was playing, so some Saturdays you weren't going. It was prime. It was prime Tebow. So it was.
What's the Kansas team?
Wait, am I wrong? Hold on. Yeah, it was definitely Tebow, right?
That sounds like Tebow's year.
It was definitely Tebow, 2007.
I'll confirm. But wait,
am I wrong?
Who's the Kansas team?
In 2007, they were in the mix. They were ranked.
Who's like their quarterback? Yeah, you're right.
Chase Daniel was Missouri. I don't know who.
Tebow won in 06 and 08.
Yeah, right. So, but in 07 they were in the mix. So
he won the Heisman in 07.
Yeah, I don't know who's Kansas' quarterback was in 07. Once you say the name, it's gonna jump. It's obviously gonna connect, but it feels like it doesn't right now. But they had that big fat coach.
Enlighten me.
Mangino.
Okay.
The big fat coach.
I have here Todd Reeson.
Yeah, look up their schedule. They were ranked like 5 or 2 at one point.
They were 12-1.
Yeah,
they finished 7th in the ATP poll. I'm sure they were higher at one point. Mark Mangino.
Yeah. So that whole season, like South Florida was up there. Rutgers was up.
Todd Reeson. I have never heard of that guy, and I'm sure I'm gonna.
I don't recognize the name. Banana season. But their program after that was a little blip in the radar on them being good. They were bad for a while, like really, really bad, Kansas, and now have turned it around. That
Aqib Talib on this team.
Yeah. That Daniels is like good. They're a good team.
They are a fun offense to watch.
Right.
He airs the ball out. It kills him sometimes because the interceptions pile up a little bit. But when he's on like he was against Fresno, and granted Fresno not it was like a 14-point spread though. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything enormous. 14's respectable, especially Kansas being the home team. I think Big Ev had Fresno. I didn't touch the game. I was a little scared because just the first. I think Kansas scores in 3 plays or something. So that I was like, nope, I'm good. And then Fresno answers back, and I'm like, oh wow,
we got a shot. That was it.
But Daniels was really good. They moved the ball. He's efficient, 18-20. It's as good of a home start to the season as you can ask for Kansas.
And then Hawaii late. Some kid at Saratoga kept walking by. I'm telling you, Hawaii. I'm telling you, Hawaii.
This game was epic.
So yeah, Hawaii's kicker learned how to kick from YouTube.
And then he went to I believe a JUCO school before in the Midwest, where no one was from his home country to make sure he could learn English, like force him to learn English. Basically, make it hard on himself. Respect that. That's
crazy.
That's a crazy life decision to do. And yeah, awesome kicker.
Yeah, Stanford.
Just fucking stones.
Talk about the other way. Stanford's program felt like, man, you could just set your watch to them getting 9 wins and having some fucking running back.
2 tight end sets.
Keep grinding it out.
2 really good tight ends, a really good running back, obviously a formidable quarterback.
Reliable quarterback.
If it's not Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
And they just like.
A defense. Yeah. David Shaw punting.
Shaw running the show.
The 40. Yeah.
Like Shaw was always like, runs a steady ship.
Smart kids, good school. Like you knew what you were getting.
That's all gone now because obviously.
NIL has,
Well, not just that, but the head coach was forced out. Their head coach left in March.
Right.
The whole team transfers. They lost. They were talking about throughout the whole game like they had no receivers. No one who lined up a receiver for Stanford in that game was worth their damn, basically. And it showed too. Their quarterback is the transfer from Oregon State. He's horrible. One of the truly just gives them zero shot. And Frank Reich is the head coach because Andrew Luck called him and asked for a favor. Frank Reich, by the way, got the call from Andrew Luck while he was in Costco shopping, and he left the cart. Just ran out of the store.
No, you don't do that, dude.
That's what they were saying on the broadcast.
You don't do that.
He leaves Costco like that.
You don't do that. They're gonna hire. What was he worried about?
Right. Where are you going?
You got the job.
They were like, the plane's leaving in 3 minutes.
You got the job.
Yeah.
The plane ain't. You're right. It ain't leaving in 3 minutes.
You almost think it was a lie? Do you think he stayed?
100%.
He just
also
dramatized it.
6,000% if he was with his wife.
Right.
No chance, dude. He left that. Challenge flag on that.
That's fair.
Get Frank Wright on a lie detector, please.
But yeah,
Stanford is a mess. And also, I could be wrong, but I remember during COVID and when things were coming back, Stanford was having massive issues in the sense of where they were allowed to play games. They were practicing really far away. Try to look that up. They had a lot of drama going on there. So they were getting to the spot where they were not going to be good around COVID, and that just kind of took it to a different level of guys kind of being like, I don't want to go there or whatever, it's not worth it, or transferring out. And now you get this whole thing with NIL where they're clearly behind the 8 ball with that, and the coach leaving and just being bad, and now it added all up. It's like Stanford, you almost wonder if they're ever going to be back. I know that's like, you don't want to.
I think Luck.
I really do. I really do wonder if they're ever going to be back.
I think Luck will eventually right the ship. More so because he was there when it was all going so well. So he knows how to kind of bring it back. Now, it's a different ball game, right, with NIL and all that shit. So, we'll see what recruits they get. They have none right now. And Frank Reich, realistically, I don't think the plan is for Frank Reich to stay forever.
No.
They got to get a real coach there. I want to talk a little bit of Hawaii though. So, Micah, God, I'm gonna butcher his last name. Alihado, I think is maybe. So he comes in last year, plays 1 game, 460 yards and 6 touchdowns. So and he's a true Hawaiian. They were talking him up like how Tua and all the boys from Hawaii just love this kid. They're all supporting him. I think some were texting the broadcast booth during the game, hyping him up. He's a little guy. He's like 5'10". Boy, can he throw the football and he can run. Problem is, he fucks up his ankle or his knee. I don't remember. Like midway through the game.
Okay.
Comes out. You think you're screwed. The backup quarterback named Luke Weaver, by the way. Luke Weaver, Yankees pitcher. Different guy. He comes in. He's got nothing. So they didn't even. I think they brought him in to try and draw the team off sides because his helmet fell off too. Whatever. It didn't work out. He got 1 snap and then he was out of there. He comes back in the game, Micah Alihado, they're losing this game. They're not 10-0 off the jump. They think they go in the half winning, they go up one, but he can't move, and his game is mobility, and he's legitimately hopping on one foot down the field the entire second half.
Give the kid credit.
He gutted it out. He even had a run of like 25 yards when the seam was there that he took, and it was a massive like energy play for the whole team. But he's accurate. He hits his spots, and credit to him, man. Like, they found a way to win this game. It was not pretty, but the Stanford, whoever calls Stanford's plays, I'm sure it's not a reputable. That person should be fired because they had a game plan of run the ball down their throat, and it's how they got their 10-0 lead, and how they were very much in control of this game for a bit. Is they're 43 for 177 for the 4 carry. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it was their identity.
Right.
Their quarterback, Goldbergson's 15 of 30 in the game. Don't throw the football.
Yeah.
Literally don't throw the football. And honestly, I think if they just ran the ball out, they win. Credit to, I don't know who picked it off. It was the linebacker. They pick off Goldbergson. It was one of those where like, quick reaction linebacker, but like that swung the whole game. If they just run the ball there, they were in Hawaii territory. I think they win the game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's even a question. Then
Makes sense.
Hawaii ties the game after that interception. Stanford has the ball. They just throw the ball. They threw it. Did they throw it all 3 times? They threw it twice. A second and third down, they throw the ball. They eat no clock. Hawaii gets the ball back with 1:40, and they go win the game thanks to that kicker.
Yeah, it's irresponsible. It's just borderline irresponsible. You think Frank Reich too? Why'd you throw the whatever?
With a terrible quarterback.
Yeah.
That's
just borderline
their game plan is not like they should have just settled for OT at that point. Like
Right.
run the ball out and take your chances in overtime with your defense, who was playing pretty good for the most of the part. Stanford's play calling absolutely lost in that game. But credit to Hawaii. I love to see Micah Alejado healthy, get that ankle right. If it was his ankle, his foot, whatever, because that's a very fun offense to bet on at midnight on a Saturday night.
Hawaii was going to be bad. I remember taking their win total under, I think, 2 years ago. I think they were a little bit better last year. But they were going to be really, really bad 2 years ago. It was like 4.5.
They have a nice receiver, Ashlock. He had 69 yards.
But they're obviously excited about Chang out there too. So
Yep.
yeah,
They surprised a little bit
Yeah.
last year.
so really nothing crazy out of week 0 other than the Avery Johnson thing. And now you watch Kansas State and where the fuck they're going to go.
Hawaii was a nice end to the night, though.
Oh yeah,
It was an entertaining back and forth game. You kicked the game-winning field goal, the whole story. But yeah, everything in the middle was relatively a snooze, unless you're a diehard UNLV fan and you were sweating out possibly the most embarrassing loss of the week.
of course.
But a nice taste.
It
gave us a nice taste to get us in the week 1, and it's going to be a beautiful week 1.
I want to pull up. All right, so I organized it top 25. So Saturday, the 30th, you go Texas, Ohio State at 12 o'clock.
Incredible.
Shout out Fox, big noon kickoff. That game's going to be there.
Literally, you cannot start week 1 better than that. Well, I guess Thursday, but Saturdays.
No, you cannot. It's 1 versus 2.
No, you cannot.
In the polls. It's
unbelievable.
1 versus 2.
Yeah.
It's unheard.
And it's Arch Manning. It's going to be
crazy.
awesome. That environment's going to be great.
Nuts. You go Alabama, Florida State. Alabama is a 14-point favorite at 3:30.
Okay.
But that is 2 big enough names that you're going to get that. At night,
Don't sleep on Houston, Tennessee, for me.
Yeah, no, that's a good one on TV too for 12
Got the
o'clock.
Notre Dame kid at quarterback.
It's a good one.
And Jelly.
Yep, it's a good one at 12 o'clock. And then you get Saturday night in Death Valley. You get LSU at Clemson.
Incredible.
At 7:30.
And that Clemson team, obviously, as Eva's told us, like all those guys are leaving.
All
after
the
this year.
pressure
Like,
on Kansas State.
They're gonna have
I'm sorry, on
multiple-
Clemson.
They're going to have multiple guys in the top
NFL
10
first round.
defensively. They've got Klubnik, the Heisman guy. They're at home. They don't really do the NIL shit. And this is kind of the last year of like where this team can be truly great without NIL, as it's kind of been described to me. And obviously you got Nussmeier and LSU.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
Nussmeier coming in.
This is a awesome
big
fucking
one,
game.
and it's great the way it's laid out.
And Chill's talking about.
12, 3:30, 7:30. That's what you
And,
want.
you could find other games mixed in there for sure.
Can find. No, we will find.
We will find.
We will find other games that we'll be excited about all day long. That's laid out perfectly. Then it goes to a pretty intriguing one Sunday day, Virginia Tech, South Carolina.
Oh, there's a Sunday day game.
Sunday day. This is the way it should. I think it should be 3. I think it should be 12, 3:30, and 7.
Okay.
Or 12, 3, and 7:30. And then Notre Dame, Miami on that Sunday night is fucking awesome.
I'm happy it's 3 because I told my fiance we can go to Petco with my dog and we can buy a bunch of toys. We almost did a beach day because Saturday's going to be, I'm not home Saturday.
No, Saturday.
So I'm happy there's let's not have a noon game for me.
So Sunday night, and then Monday you get a pretty intriguing one. Neither one's ranked.
You said Notre Dame, Miami, right?
Notre Dame, Miami, Sunday night is awesome.
Miami's quarter, is that Beck? Is Beck healthy? Beck's on the team.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's healthy. He was hurt last year.
I don't know who won the Miami job.
No. It's whether he's healthy or not.
Oh, okay.
He's quarterback. I don't know if he's healthy.
It would be Beck, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Looks like he's there.
Hurricanes. I gotta put.
Yeah. Okay. Beck is starting.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. Well, it was a knee injury. I'm pretty sure he tears it.
Okay. Emory Williams behind Carson Beck. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Notre Dame's quarterback's kind of an unknown.
Right. And then
Monday night's what?
Monday night's TCU, UNC. So you got Belichick in a big primetime spot. So I just think it's laid out perfectly. You got a million different things going on, but really, really big.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting. And obviously, selfishly with me, you have U.S. Open also at that.
Yeah.
So, my eyeballs, I need 17 eyeballs this weekend. There's a lot. It's enough to just get through today. But then, Saturday is going to be, that's a marathon. Just hang on tight. Hope you come out alive, If
you want to go to games, our friends at GameTime have you covered. There's nothing like a crisp fall night at the ballpark. Trying to get there brutal. You're stuck in a queue. Prices jump at checkout. You logged out mid-click. All you want to do is be in the stands, beer in hand, yelling with the crowd. The GameTime app gives you the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the GameTime guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic MLB tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you get is what you pay. I was looking at Nats Yankees tickets tonight, $35, an amazing deal on GameTime. That will be my pick today. Not going to say which way, one or the other.
It's a nice night to go to the ballpark. It's good weather. Hopefully we can beat up on a bad team. It's kind of all we do. But yeah, $35.
$35, Yankee Stadium. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, use code PICKS, PICKS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code PICKS, PICKS, for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the GameTime app today. All right, so the other thing that jumped out last night, I wasn't expecting this, or was like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yep.
The Medvedev?
Daniil Medvedev.
So the guy.
So let me
lay it out.
Let me lay it out. All right. So Daniil Medvedev.
The other guy was serving though, right? All right. Yeah. Lay it out.
Okay. Daniil Medvedev won the U.S. Open a few years ago. Actually stopped Novak Djokovic's slam. He would have won all 4 slams if he literally won that match, and he thwarted Djokovic in one of his better wins. But he used to be number 1 player in the world. Incredibly unorthodox player, incredible personality. I always say if he was American and America cared more about tennis, he'd be one of the more popular athletes in the country. Just a guy who speaks his mind, but also a lunatic and is having the worst year of his career since his first season. So he's all out of sorts. He's getting worked by this dude, Benjamin Bonzi from France. Bonzi beat him at Wimbledon.
Okay.
They're playing again. But this is better surface for Medvedev. He's still getting worked. It's the third set. He's about to win 3-0. Bonzi is serving, match point, faults, so he gets a second serve. Just as he's bouncing the ball, this rogue photographer, I don't know if he thought the match was over and he was going to get a closer shot. If he's never worked a tennis match in his life, he didn't know you can't move like that and create a distraction. Or if he's on Medvedev's payroll and he's trying to create a distraction. Well, one of the 3 is true. And he runs along the side, the umpire, Greg Allensworth, who players don't like this dude. And he's always kind of in the mix of controversy. but rightfully so, screams stop to this cameraman because he's like, dude, it's fucking match point, get out of here. But when he does that, he create like a distraction. If there's like an outside distraction and a guy's serving a second serve, kind of protocol is he gets his first serve because that's kind of bullshit that you had to wait, all this. It's kind of just a do-over of sorts. Medvedev.
What does that mean he gets his first serve?
So, you know how in tennis you have a first serve to get it over? If you fall, if it goes in the net or long, whatever, you get a second serve.
Right.
You have to get that in. If you don't get that in, it's a point to the other guy.
Yeah.
So by he basically gifted him back his 2 serves because there was the delay. But there really wasn't that long of a delay.
Oh, I don't like that.
So then Medvedev...
he messed up the first one, and then the distraction is in the second. Yeah, that's
It's
tough.
a courtesy to the server, but it's under the discretion of the umpire because it's like how long was the delay and all that. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, but the delay did nothing to fuck up his first serve. You get my point?
Yeah, but the delay hindered his
it definitely hindered his second.
kind of
So
iced him for his second serve. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. I see both sides.
It's just it's controversial how
for sure.
But anyways, Medvedev loses his mind, and in part, I think he was trying to rile himself up and create a moment because he had nothing left. He was about to lose this match. So he goes and screams to the umpire. He looks into the camera and screams like...
He wants to get out of here.
He's not paid by the hour. He's paid by the match.
He's getting the crowd
He
going.
goes to him, are you a man? Are you a man?
Yes.
He's had moments, by the way, at the U.S. Open where he creates these things and the crowd boos the shit out of him. Like, this is the first time, I think maybe because the fans wanted the match to continue, go a little longer. They were excited. It was kind of boring that they were on his side. And he's getting them riled up. And then they start all chanting in unison, second serve, second serve. Bonzi's standing on the other side. This poor guy has done nothing wrong.
Right, he did nothing.
And
didn't ask one way or the other.
No.
Like he did. I watched his face. He did look when the photographer's kind of like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
But didn't ask, didn't beg.
If the umpire had said second serve still, maybe he would have complained a little. But it wouldn't have been an outrage like this. But this poor dude's on the other side. It's a 6.5 minute delay. And watching it. And, Medvedev's just going crazy. The umpire has no control over the crowd. And there's honestly not much he could do at that point. The U.S. Open crowd at that time, it's like 11 o'clock. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck ringing them in. That's just U.S. Open New York crazies.
That is interesting. Tennis, you have to be quiet when they serve, right?
So he's trying to bounce. Yeah. He's match point. He's like, I one serve. I'm out of here. I'm home. So he's like trying to do it, but then they're so loud that he steps off the line multiple times. It's first serve. Of course he faults. Second serve. Medvedev wins the point. Medvedev then breaks him. Medvedev wins the tiebreak. All of a sudden, the match continues. Medvedev wins the fourth set 6-0. Medvedev breaks to start the fifth. He's minus 2,500 to win the match at that point.
Christ.
But Medvedev is still just kind of a head case. Bonzi, to his credit, gathers himself. They go back and forth for a bit. He wins in the fifth set. He ends up coming out on top.
Medvedev.
No, Bonzi.
Oh, Bonzi does?
He comes back and he somehow holds it together. And to his credit, deserved it. Because he legit did nothing wrong.
He had
this
him.
poor guy.
But it adds to the drama. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
it's like a team trying to run out the clock to take a knee and instead fumble somehow.
That is the beauty of tennis, though. Like, there is no running out the clock.
No, I know. Yeah.
Like he has to win that one more point. And when you don't win that point and you don't win that game and then you get broken and then you lose the tiebreak and then you're down 6 and then all of a sudden it's a new set and Medvedev just steamrolls him because it's tough to come back from that. To his credit, though, does gather himself. He wins it in 5, moves on. Medvedev destroys all of his rackets afterwards. He's just a lunatic. But yeah. Just night one at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I did not expect that to pop off, but it was as soon as it did, I'm like, oh, this is good. We got hubs tomorrow. I'm like, I can't wait to hear what the fuck's going on.
And it's great too because he was screaming right at the mics. You heard everything he said. It was as hot of a mic as it gets, and he wanted it to.
Oh yeah, he wanted it.
Staring at the camera.
He wanted it.
He gets paid by the match, not the hour. Yeah, so crazy moment. Night one.
Have we talked about Terry yet?
No, he finally got his money.
What'd you say?
Well,
Terry
we haven't talked
McLaurin.
about Terry yet.
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin got paid.
He got his money.
How about that?
He's in, yeah.
What's your thoughts on Terry and his agent, Nico?
I have. I've tweeted about it in the past. Anytime you think you can try to go somewhere else, hold them out. But it's good to see him getting paid. It's good to see. You get to play a game you love. That's the important thing. So that's great. Fleetwood wins the FedEx Cup.
Watch this.
So they changed the format, which I was talking to my brother.
Happy they changed it.
Well, here's the thing. If it's close, I like them just playing it out, okay, in terms of the points. Mm-hmm. But do you know what the points were this year in terms of where guys were in the standings?
Scheffler was like $1 billion up. So
he
it's
was
like,
up
how
like,
is he not?
He's like double.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets hard.
I just
can't do it year. I don't think you could do year to year. Yeah, it's great that they.
I just wanted a great tournament.
It's good that they played it out.
He would have been,
and I'd much rather they play it out.
I think Scotty won by 1. I'm pretty sure.
When?
Okay, sorry. We're talking.
Oh,
two different things.
Yeah.
Remember they used to give you like a stroke lead or something like that?
They'd give you a lot of stroke lead.
Yeah, so like that would have been like crazy. That would have been stupid. Scotty would have been playing with what, a 15-stroke lead?
I think they max it. I don't really know.
Whatever. I don't know.
But it is.
See what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of how I would do this. Maybe break up the prize a little bit. Like Scotty coming into the playoff, if you have the most points, Scotty's named like the FedEx, I don't fucking know, regular season champion, right. Like so to speak, and then we play it out. So there's still a tournament. But then at that point, does that devalue? Then we kind of have 2 FedEx champions. One guy's claiming it, one guy's not. But it just seemed like Scotty had double the amount of points of the guy in second.
Yeah.
Like he won.
Scotty's
now I'm not trying to take anything away from Fleetwood, but.
Do you think Scotty gives a fuck?
No, I don't think, I don't. So, just interesting.
How about Rory, by the way?
For Fleetwood.
Rory was at the U.S. Open.
To the U.S. Open.
How fucking quick is that private jet?
Nuts, man.
But it's like, I think
Atlanta, 3-4 hour flight, I would say.
He went straight there.
It's right by the airport.
It is right by the airport. Like Fleetwood, I feel like if you saw when he won. Justin Rose is waiting there. A bunch of guys celebrating. I'm sure a bunch of guys for his first win were all partying with him afterwards. Rory's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Right, yeah.
Is that the last golf tournament of the year?
So I have very, very good friends from college that get a box every year and a hospitality tent at the tournament in Boston, TPC Boston. Maybe look this up. It's always played Labor Day weekend.
Oh,
okay. But now I don't know what that tournament or where that tournament falls in the FedEx. I don't know if the FedEx ate it up and included it, if they moved it to a different time, but it would not end on Sunday. I'm pretty sure it would end on Monday.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
What is the tournament? Who's it sponsored by? We'll see. Hold on.
I just see TPC Boston.
I'll pull up the golf too and see what this
FM Championship?
That makes sense, I guess.
FM? I don't know what.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it has anything. I'm only seeing things.
It's called the FM Championship?
Is that what it is? That's what it used to be?
Let's see. Maybe it's not happening this year?
This year's Labor Day tournament, pro tournament schedule. Yeah, I guess it's done.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually happening.
So I don't know.
The PGA Tour schedule, the next closest thing is only the Pro Core Championship in September at Silverado and Napa.
Yeah, so I don't know when
it doesn't appear to be it. So I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't know when that happened. But that tournament used to be. So now I think
I do remember that tournament.
Yeah, they've kind of given it up. So I think golf's done basically.
Okay.
I'm sure there's some kind of tournament this weekend that we don't fucking know about, but it's not on the PGA schedule, so I don't think so. Maybe it is over.
I think it's over. From what I just looked at, I think it's over.
Yeah, I guess it is over. So that's where
I watched a lot of golf this year. Credit to myself. I don't know. Sundays, Saturdays, I was just always watching.
But now, have you watched the stroke of Liv? Because I sure as fuck haven't.
By accident over the weekend.
Really?
Yesterday.
Okay.
It was just on Fox or something. They're just on, but no, I don't give a fuck about that.
It looks like a video game with
it's
the
not
shit
even
on
like
the
a reason
side.
for
it's
their principles,
fake.
whatever. PGA Tour is just like
it's
thing,
fake teams. Like when you tune into a PGA tournament and you're flipping the channel, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that guy's 2 shots ahead of that guy, and there's 6 guys below him, 1 shot there. Here we go. We're going to have a run on a Saturday. Nice to watch. Or a Sunday, like, we're off and running, very close. Here we go. There's teams, and there's fucking things on the top and graphics on the side, and, like, no thanks, man. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Just give me the PGA. Let me roll.
I'm with you.
That's where I'm at with that. All right, we'll get into Yankees Mets tomorrow because it's a little bit more to chew off. But Boston. I know you won last night.
My too long don't read is like I don't really give a fuck that they won last night. I've never been so like solemn after a win because what they did Thursday through Saturday is just the team that they are. They're a stupid team. They don't play baseball correctly. They don't know how to win games together. They have talent. They don't know how to win. You get a great start from Max Fried on Friday. They don't push them to the 7th. They give up the run of the 7th. They lose 1-0 Thursday. Just a mishmash of 4 hours and 9 walks. I don't think any team can ever win with 4 hours and 9 walks. Saturday, absolutely just bludgeoned to a pulp. And it's Crochet, of course, on top of that. Crochet only needed 2 runs in that game. Right. He got 12. Just an embarrassment. Rodon was good last night. Good for Jazz and Trent hitting 2 homers. They don't beat good teams. I think their schedule is bad enough that they're going to make the playoffs. And honestly, it's kind of funny. Like they are tied with the Red Sox in the loss column, despite all this for the number 1 wildcard spot. I don't think the schedule dictates them missing the playoffs, but they sure as hell won't do anything in the playoffs. They will get embarrassed by pretty much whoever they play, in my mind, unless things drastically change here. I'm sure they're going to rope people in because they play the Nats and the White Sox. They play the Orioles a bunch. They got a twin series, and that'll get them their wins to get in the playoffs. But then they got, in September, there's like a 10-game stretch where they play Houston, they play Toronto, they play Boston. I don't imagine that's going to go very well. So, yeah. There's not much to hope for. Thursday through Saturday, there was momentum going to that series, and it was pretty fucking disappointing to play the way they did. And you got Boone saying the same shit that the season's in front of them, and they got all this time, and they're not worried, and it just sucks. So a small part of me, almost wanted them to lose last night to make it a full embarrassment because they deserve to have this egg on their face. Instead, they win, and I'm sure they'll be like, oh, here we go. They're going to win 4 straight here against the Nats and White Sox, and they'll rope people in. But I just don't see. I feel no attachment to this team this year.
Boone, the Yankees don't win the World Series. Boone's done.
That would be almost like the worst. No, what I'm saying is going to be the worst thing. Not the Yankees win the World Series, but like if they win a wild card series and then
they keep them.
Oh, here we go again. But like, and it's not. And I say it so many times. It's not only his fault. But he is part of the problem.
It's a threshold. Like it's a threshold.
But also, they also have a talented team here, and I think they did a good job at the deadline. Like for the most, I think they did. They what?
What's Phil's muttering? What do you got?
No, Foley just asked me how the Mets are doing.
Yeah, they're bad. All right.
What?
I thought you were the way you were doing. I thought you were adamantly disagreeing with Hubs because you weren't looking at him. You were looking at us. That's fine.
What?
Foley just asked me how the Mets were doing.
Oh, yeah. No, I was getting to the Mets in a second, but
yeah, we're bad. We're very. No,
but
bad.
What I'm saying is, I think they have a talented team. Them not winning some of these games is on Boone. And I think Boone has made some horrible decisions, and I don't think he's the leader of men in the slightest. But they have problems that supersede Boone. The Mets, I thought they played pretty well over the weekend, though. But yesterday, obviously, just like, you can't get the sweep done. And I don't know, the Reds didn't play so well. I feel like you're fine.
We're a game and a half up.
I'm shocked to see Clemmer was pretty defeated yesterday. Like, I don't know, you lost the fucking game, but like you played a good series, I thought, and
yeah, it's just we're just
McLean was pretty good, and they scored a bunch of runs. Like I would come away pretty.
Losing a series to the Nats is what hurts.
You can't do that.
Of course, that's but I feel like given the series in Atlanta, you usually play a lot worse than you did.
Yeah, no, it'll take a series win. Hopefully, they take 2 out of 3 versus Philly, but you can't. Really
that's the thing. Games. Yeah, that's another development too.
7 out.
Zach Wheeler Zach Wheeler done for the year.
Over. Yeah,
don't talk about the division.
I know.
Oh no, division's over. Right. But I'm saying for the Phillies' playoff chances, they're in a that's a problem.
They're in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Zach Wheeler has been a fucking horse for them, regular season, postseason, since he's become a Philly, and now you take him out. That puts pressure on Aaron Nola.
who hasn't been good.
who has not been good.
Chris
Sanchez is really good, but what has he done in the postseason?
Same, like Rangers been hit or miss this year.
So like Wheeler was that brute force that you could send out in the postseason and fucking he's gonna dominate.
Yeah.
That guy's a horse. That guy's the definition of an ace. You take him out, things become a lot more uncertain.
Which is so perfect that the Mets dismissed Wheeler of all those guys.
Oh, it's hilarious. Well, he also couldn't stay healthy.
If he was pitching in Oakland, I agree.
He couldn't stay.
It was
like seemingly the right move to
move was the guy to get rid of. But if he was in Oakland and was winning 18 games on a bad team, but was a Cy Young candidate, you'd be like, all right, whatever. He's in Oakland. We're never going to see him again. He's in, give me another fucking bad team. Colorado.
Yeah.
Fucking Pittsburgh. Whatever. And he's making millions of dollars and he's killing it. It's like, okay, we might get embarrassed against him in July, but like, we ain't ever going to see him. He's in the fucking backyard now with Philly and preventing us from winning divisions. It's like, fuck.
You start looking at the NL playoff field. It's like, who's the best starting pitcher that you're going to see in a National League playoff game? Like, because Wheeler was already that guy. Now it's not.
Yamamoto?
I'd say either him or Sanchez, probably.
Yeah. The interesting.
Maybe if he can get himself right here and come off the IL, Michael King.
Maybe.
But he's not been. It's been a disaster year for him.
I mean, Shota and Boyd are good, but at the same time, like they're unproven in the playoffs. You haven't seen them before.
Yeah. Hunter Green, if they can get in, but they're out right now.
And the Brewers, Freddie Peralta and
Miz has been.
Miz, we don't know what he is. Like,
yeah. Hey, he's an all-star.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
The thing I said it to
It's a good point. It's not too many elite.
I said it to Phil on with this. You look at the divisions. I don't think they're going to win it, but the world-beating Brewers and how good are the Brewers? And the Brewers never lose. That lead is only 5 games.
Yeah, the Cubs got to be more.
I think the Cubs will win the division.
Yeah.
But I do know
Kyle Tucker all of a sudden going to start hitting home runs. That's a good
head-to-head matchups. That's what really kills
That's brutal.
Definitely kills them. But if the Brewers lose 2 in a row, and which they have been not playing as lights out as they were, the Brewers lose 2 in a row, and the Cubs win 2 in a row, it's down to 3. And now
math works.
That is how math works.
If the Brewers lose 5 in a row and the Cubs win their next 5,
I know, but it's...
And on the flip side, if the Cubs lose 4 in a row and the Brewers win 4 in a row, the lead's 9.
Lead's 9. That's fair. That's very fair. But my point is that it's way more within striking distance than you think. Now, the Brewers have Arizona at home this week, which probably isn't going to scare you. But the Cubs go out to San Francisco. So we'll see.
What about the NL West, a division that probably 2 months ago we thought was over, is completely tied?
Yeah.
Padres played very well over the weekend. Nestor Cortez going a perfect game into the 7th inning, getting Freeman out.
Hurt you.
Hurt me? He nearly sent me into a drunken stupor. Getting Freeman out on the same pitch that Freeman hit the grand slam on, that was so painful. But they're tied going into this final month and a week. That'll be 5 weeks, Eric.
They don't have any more head-to-head matchups.
Don't have any more head-to-head, which gets interesting. I'm trying to analyze schedule real quick on the fly. The Padres have 2 more series against the Rockies.
Yeah, 7 versus the Rockies.
The Dodgers.
White Sox series too, so that's 10 winnable games.
Dodgers have 3 more against the Rockies, but they've got series against Pittsburgh and Baltimore. They play the Phillies. They play Cincy. I don't think any schedule is overly commanding, but 2 series against the Rockies, and then who else do you say? The
White Sox. They have a White Sox series mixed in there. The Padres.
They do have White Sox. So I'd probably lean Padres have a softer schedule, but it's not like by an incredible margin. But yeah, completely tied. Padres look very good, and they showed off their deadline in one of those games with Miller and Suarez going back to back to lock things up, and Manny's great, and yeah, that should be a very fun. I think we were here talking like 2 months ago what even division races are left, and now there's a lot more. The NL East is over for we think, right? Okay.
Yeah, the West is very much alive.
The AL West is very much there. The NL West is very much there. The Central possibly could be there.
Yeah.
The AL Central's over, and I wouldn't call the AL East over because it's 5 games.
AL East can get dicey. I kind of hope. So let's root.
What do you think's more likely? the NL Central gets really dicey or the AL East gets dicey? Because it's the same now. It's the same amount of games.
I hope
now the AL East has 2 teams, right? Because
yeah, I hope
you know,
it's both. I hope it's both.
Well, yeah.
But I want to say AL East.
Just because there's two.
Well,
teams there's 2 teams that can catch Toronto.
Yeah. But I think.
And I'm putting 2. It's really 1.
I think you would think. I think you would think the AL East would get close. So that makes me think that it's gonna be the same.
Let me add this of why it's the AL East. They play each other more.
Right.
The NL. We just said the NL Central.
Yeah,
they're done playing.
They're
the AL East, they still play.
Which seems kind of irresponsible. Before Labor Day, the Cubs and Brewers just don't. Now we have nothing after
That
Labor
is
Day. Like
stupid.
at least 3. Can we
is
save
stupid.
3 after Labor Day? I know the schedule is very complicated. Like
Well, like Boston's got
3.
Boston's got a.
Now you also can't predict that it was going to be the Cubs and Brewers down the stretch.
Wasn't going to be the
You could have a
Pirates.
very good guess.
You're
Wasn't the
right.
Pirates.
You're right. You're right.
Weren't
You're
the-
right.
I guess the
Wasn't going to be the Reds.
It could have been.
Right.
Okay, to his credit, no one thought the Brewers were going to be this, and the Reds were there. The Cubs were the favorites to win the division, so you pencil the Cubs in there. The Brewers, I don't think many people expect the Brewers to be up 5 in the division right now. That Boston series, by the way, second to last series of the year in Toronto, so that could be very important. And then they go to Detroit.
I think the 3 teams outside the wild card picture in the AL have all been like ice cold. Like the Royals are right there.
That's the only reason. That's why I'm saying like
Diamondbacks.
the Yankees' schedule is good enough, is easy enough right now that they will make the playoffs, but it won't mean
The
anything to me.
Rangers are right there. Then you look, they're like 5 back. It's like, what happened?
The Rangers and Guardians like went on a losing streak, and the Yankees won those games leading up to the Boston series, and it really like separated things.
Yeah, that's how.
And Seattle hasn't been too crazy. Like they've been bad. I feel like almost.
Suarez has hit nothing since getting traded there.
He's been a little better lately. No.
It's really not good.
Yeah.
Phil, where were the Cardinals at the break?
Like around 500. It's been like around 500 all season.
A little bit better than 500, right?
Yeah, maybe. but,
Enough
like,
enough
Because
to
I
like
think they're-
tease their fans and like
Yeah.
maybe, and then now it's like all right.
I think they're like 10 and 17 since the break. By my quick counting.
The Yankees swept them, so
10 and 17. But I felt like the Cardinals were like, oh, we're 4.5 out of the wild card or in the mix of the wild card. Didn't think they were ever going to make it.
They
But
were-
we talk about the August slump teams. Betting against the Cardinals has been pretty profitable,
Cardinals
but just a
have
scan.
perpetually in the season been on that in the hunt graphic. You
Right.
See it.
But now they've completely fallen out of it and are bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they fell behind. They're tied with the Diamondbacks and a game above the fucking Giants. We talk about those August slump teams. I just wish I got in front of it as it was going. So that's where we're at. I alluded to it. Yankees, Nats, under half a run tonight in the first inning, plus 105. Yankees coming off a
wait,
Sunday.
say that again. What are you doing? Yankees Nats under.
So you're taking a nerfy.
Yeah, but we don't call it that.
Well,
Under 0.5 runs
Oh, in the first inning.
in the first inning.
Oh, I thought you were saying no runs in the first 5 innings for a second.
Oh, no,
Because
no.
I don't think very rarely do we give out like a no runs in the first pick. I feel like on the show. Usually it's not part of someone's card. So that's why I was like, wait, you get
Yeah, no
first
runs. in the
5,
first-
no runs.
No runs in the first inning.
So it's what the Lords pitching against Schlittler.
I don't think the Nats are going to score. I'm just kind of going in off the Yankees on a Sunday night game.
And Schlittler's been very good.
Off a Sunday night game, little bit delayed. Like maybe they just go down in the first inning. That's it. Plus 105. I'm chasing the spot there.
Okay.
You guys could kill the Nats and come out with a.
This is what we do, man. We're gonna hit 7 homers tonight.
That's fine. Hit him in the second inning. I like off Sunday night you
okay.
being a little like groggy and.
Well, I'll say
whatever.
this credit now. Now I'm saying he's gonna homer, but Judge has been brutal.
Yep.
So like you get Judge in the first. I don't think you're gonna get Stanton. Stanton's not gonna play tonight. They played him too much over the weekend. Maybe you get Ben Rice. Is Brad Lord a righty?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna get Ben Rice. Feel like you might lose on a Ben Rice homer.
All right. I'll take the shot.
don't want you
off a Sunday night, like a little groggy.
No.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Dude, they've been groggy for 3 months.
I know.
Dude, it's not gonna take
I
it
know.
Sunday.
I know. All right, what do you got?
So I tweet out my card for tennis. I'm doing this every day. Yesterday sucked. Some brutal losses. Today's been sick so far. And I got really good news in the last 3 minutes because my one bet that was losing, the guy retired from the match.
Oh,
And you
Jesus.
get a push. You get a push for that.
Oh, really?
So it was a minus 175 too. It was the one big number that I kind of laid today. He was getting worked. He retired, so it's a push. So nobody loses. That was Seb Corda. I had Dam plus 105 already won. I have Lloyd Harris minus 1.5 sets. He's basically just a win before the 5th set.
Okay.
He is currently about to win in 3 sets. So that those give out. I have Coleman Wong. He's currently up 2 sets at the moment. That was plus 100. I had Corda, I mentioned that. And I have Kesimanovic at the moment, plus 140. That's a dogfight. Just started. Now, here's everything that hasn't started. Jerry Shang, plus 120. Botic van der Skloot, plus 220. I think there's a little bit of an upset brewing there. Tristan Boyer, minus 105. Dino Primsmic, plus 250. The over in Diallo Zoomer, plus, over 36.5. That's minus 125. And the over in Struff McDonald, over 39.5, minus 115. Now, let me see real quick if I want to throw in a baseball in there. But yeah, I'm tweeting these before. First ball's at 11 a.m., so you can look to my Twitter, and I'm assuming PMT Stats is going to count these. I think he counted yesterday. So yeah, if I tag PMT Central, so Pick Central. So let's see. I'm going to take the Orioles tonight, minus 105. Guess what? The Red Sox. You're playing a team that's not the Yankees, so now you can lose games. So back to earth there. Minus 105. Sugano just beat them in Fenway, I believe, last week. Red Sox going with a bullpen game. Bernardino starting. I think Dick Fitz is the bulk guy today.
Yep.
They were gonna go. They were hoping to go with somebody else. Harrison. They were thinking of going Harrison, but now they're going Dick Fitz. So bullpen game for the Sox. After an emotional weekend, a little letdown spot there. Orioles minus 105. Staying away from the Yankees. Gotta help you if you take them. They don't deserve to be minus 230 over anybody. Brewers, no. Cardinals, no. I'm just gonna stick with the Orioles in my baseball play and then follow the rest for tennis.
So
Phil.
Before we get into my pick, I have some breaking news. Metsies will be back on Wednesday with Sesame Street Night. Big Bird will throw out the first pitch. He'll be our new Grimace. Just going to the bag late.
Okay. We had Novak Djokovic throw out the first pitch on Thursday, and he bounced it, and we lost the series.
Yeah.
So he is not our Grimace.
I have one play tonight. Give me Marlins minus 109 versus the Braves. Spencer Strider's been awful this year.
Yes.
I'll just fade him at any chance we have left this season. So
And you got Edward Cabrera on the other side. You got to mention him. That's the main course there.
I feel comfortable just fading the Braves at this point.
They cared about the Mets series. Granted, they didn't even win it, but they don't give a fuck about the Marlins now. They might just shut down Acuna.
This is gonna be a board game where it's you're probably taking Augustine Ramirez home run.
2-1 final.
5.
Yeah.
No, Strider stinks.
Okay.
He's actually been a below average pitcher the last if you combine his ERA plus, I think the last 3 seasons, it's under 100. He hasn't been good.
Yeah. That's a little silly to combine in my mind because the injury is just in the sandwiched.
But I'm also including a season where he was a Cy Young finalist.
True. Fair.
So,
I think you throw out everything Strider's doing right now and let's see what he is next year because that's typically how it works for Tommy John guys.
I mean, his main issue is he just doesn't have the same velo. He doesn't know how to pitch. He was great when he threw 99, not great when he threw 96.
That's a danger of power pitchers getting arm injuries.
Seen it with Syndergaard, who was cut by the White Sox.
That's how it goes. All right. Pick Central tomorrow. Yaks going now. Football's back, man. Football's back. Be a great week. We'll see you tomorrow.